Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
All of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and what you just heard was Wolf Blitzer's account of a gunman at the hotel outside of the ballroom of the Washington Correspondents Dinner. Now, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to try my hardest to be careful and give you the news, but this has been reported by Status Quo live, and I'm going to give you a bunch of videos that they have curated already. I'm going to give you some ideas that I have about it, but at first, it's important to know that what you heard was Wolf Blitzer on CNN. So this isn't just one or two news news outlets talking about this. This has obviously, in the midst of a giant correspondence dinner with every news station there, you can't miss it. I find that to be curious. In the place with every news center, every news outlet there. The time that Prince Dumpy Pants has found himself there for the first time in any of his years in office. Unfortunately, that's an actual phrase. First time he ever goes, this happens. Where's the security? What's happening with the metal detecting? How has this happened? But anyway, what you heard was Wolf Blitzer. What I'm going to do is play you a few more videos, give you the rundown, and we'll talk afterwards.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Quo. Breaking news tonight from the White House Correspondents Dinner as a gunman opened fire. As of now, we believe one gunman right outside the ballroom where the main event is happening. You have hundreds of journalists, media people, and the president and the first lady were in there as a gunman opened fire right outside the ballroom. We'll get into how a gunman got a gun into the hotel where this event is being held. Smash the like button, share this, as obviously this is breaking news. The president was rushed out with the first lady. And as of now, there's conflicting reports. The gunman was definitely stopped. There's some reports he's dead, others that he's been shot but alive. So I can't confirm it at the moment, but we do have videos to show you, photos to show you, etc. But the key details here, this is the White House Correspondents' Dinner in D.C.
They served the appetizers. I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there, but it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area, and all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grab me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe, and there were about 15 other men who are stunned out, and that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out. I'm back in the ballroom, but everything's apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, the guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon, he starts shooting, and I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And of course, the first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me. And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was fired. and it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
Secret Service rushing to get Trump out. Let's give another angle on that where you could see the president whisked out. Now let me show you a photo. This is from the New York Times. Credit to them. So you see, it's hard to know. I don't know if those are Secret Service or police. That's outside the ballroom. Again, shooter, open fire outside the ballroom.
Okay, so there you heard Wolf Blitzer talk. There you saw the response that was given. People who were already in military dress, who were already had bulletproof vests and helmets on, jump over the table. I find that to be strange. I happen to know a few people from Secret Service, and that's not how they dress. That's also not how you prepare or coordinate inside of a place that has news and civilians everywhere. That type of response, that type of gear, those type of people are outside on roofs. Inside, you don't see it like that. Inside, people wear suits and ties and bulletproof vests underneath their button-downs. Fine. I'm just telling you what I know. I find it strange. I find it weird. Here's the next part. We know that President Trump decided that he did not want to have anything to do with this thing. As soon as he found out that there was someone who was going to be getting an award for their reporting on the Epstein files. This is so important. Before he even had a chance to speak, this happens. And we also happen to know that he wanted to back out. He was going to run out of there. And then that was reported because he was going to run out as soon as he was done with his stupid speech. They got rid of the comedian already. Everything about this is leaning towards foolishness. I hate that that's the case. I'm going to refrain from saying anything definitive. What I'm giving you is the questions like Tucker Carlson would. I'm just asking questions. Here's some more video.
Questions being asked about the original assassination attempt against Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania in 2024. But I find it incomprehensible that a gunman could have got a gun anywhere near this ballroom. Let's play you another clip here.
Katie, do you have all your stuff? I'm fine. Cool.
Silver foil, 4, got it?
No.
Scooch over, slightly right, silver foil, top of the stairs. Got it. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
unclear exactly
Again,
who we're looking at there, but I mean, you can have
it's hard to
your
know.
suspicions, right?
My guess is that's not the. My guess is that's not the shooter because they already have tape up. But I can confirm because there were conflicting reports. I do not believe the shooter has been killed. President's back at the White House. Trump said he would be holding a news conference shortly. Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the front door of the West Wing in his tuxedo right now. The FBI formally confirmed. The suspect in the shooting was in custody. The statement said that the National Capital Response Squad of the Bureau's Washington field office has responded to the.
Okay, here we're finding out that the gunman is not shot. This has now been confirmed. All of this has now been confirmed, and the gunman is in custody. Here is where whatever conspiracy theory you have gets broken down. I've always said I hate when they shoot the gunman, and not because I think that, there's some sort of hero, although this guy missed. If that's what he was going for, I'm sorry. But because when the gunman is dead, it only leaves room for conspiracy. When they're still alive, when they've been in custody, you get to find out the questioning, the interrogation. You get to find out the motive. That's what we're hoping for. That's what you hope for. So the fact that this person wasn't killed should temper whatever conspiracy theory is coming out of this. Here are the facts. Someone got into the hotel. Maybe they already worked there or came from the outside. Someone had a weapon with them. Maybe they hid it in the hotel earlier and picked it up later, or brought it in with them. These are the options that anybody in security is going to figure out and find out first. Cameras exist. Those are the two points of entry that we're looking at. Where was the weapon? Did they bring it in? If so, how the hell did that happen? And where was the person? Did they come in from the outside, or were they already working there? And now that the person's not gone from this life, we can find out who they were. Here's another thing that is just a point of truth that we need to know. I'll let you see it.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
There will be shots fired is just, I mean, that you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist, I mean, to see all the potential that clip has. And
now this is going to be a big bone of contention. I, for one, think that is not relevant in any way at all. People have been using that phrase forever. And she is the number one person on her knees, genuflecting at all times, at all costs, to even her own dignity, to say how great the president's going to be doing. None of that means anything. But unfortunately, she did say that, and it will, I don't have to tell you that. Last thing, most important thing, the first time you show up, this happens. The first time you say you're going to show up, you change your mind on how long you're going to stay because there's someone else going to be getting an award for the reporting on the Epstein files. So you're going to run away. While you're there, people in tactical gear and helmets are inside the ballroom for the first time that I've ever seen, not outside on the roof or in places that are pretty much not visible to the layman. That's weird. Lastly, this comes at a time when everybody is already questioning the first time you were shot at. All of this comes together to make a pretty disgusting indictment to where we are. Doesn't matter what the actual truth is. as far as the indictment is. If this isn't some sort of a false flag fakery to get you out of there, then it just goes to show the type of environment that has been being made by having this clown show as a president. If it is a false flag, it's an indictment on the environment being made by this clown show. As more news comes in, I'll do my best to let you know. Until then, the time to fight is now. This changes nothing, and don't be distracted. At least they caught the guy. All the rest of the theatrics there, very weird. And I don't want that to be the normal course of action. I don't want that to be the normal course of action when presidents go somewhere. Secret Service should be way more professional. Security should be tightened up. And maybe after you fire Kash Patel, it will be. Oh yeah, that's a story coming up too. It's too much. It's too much. I got a lot going on. But this is first breaking news. This happened. 6 shots fired. More than 12 people reporting it. And it has been confirmed by the White House. Take it as you will. Take it as you will.
Also, direct action means maybe you need to be throwing some dildos. I didn't say throwing. I'm sorry. Holding, playing. The dildo distribution people. Yeah. You haven't seen them? Go to closertotheedge.com. I'm going to put the link in there that shows you the whole thing that they're doing. It's amazing. But they're using these. And they've got thousands of them now because they realize that they're so effective at warding off these ICE agents at Whipple in Minneapolis. And now around the nation, they're giving these away to people. They're passing them out because that absurdity in the face of this toxic masculinity seems to be the one thing that gets these ICE agents to back off. It actually works. So I want to help them get those donations for the thousands that they've bought. Also, the thousands were donated to them as well. But for the ones that they bought, they need to get that money back, and they need to keep this going because it's working. If nothing else, just to piss off those ICE agents. Email me, politicaldrain@proton.me. politicaldrain@proton.me. You email me, say, I want to donate, and I will give you the instructions on how to do so, because the time to fight is now.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.